Yo, so what is going on, guys? It is your boy MLG Squid here, and welcome to my final review of COD World War II, because Black Ops 4 is coming up in less than 2 weeks at the moment, and I'm just super excited. So I did a review back in April of this. It was just kind of like a mid-year review, but it really... That one is not canon, as they would call it in Star Wars. That one's not canon anymore. This is the real deal. This is the final review of COD World War II before, Black Ops 4 comes out. But moving on, guys, we have, I believe, we have 7 categories. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 7 categories in this video. So I did, kind of take away some of the smaller categories from the previous, game reviews, and shorten them down, add a couple of new ones, but pretty much it's all the same. So starting off here, guys, in the first category, we have the zombies mode. I'm excluding the campaign in this video and the multiplayer review as a whole. So zombies, I just want to quickly touch on. I think zombies in this game, at first, I thought it was extremely boring. I did not really enjoy it that much. But I think after they added the orders and contract system, the zombies mode in this game, man, just got a ton more enjoyable for me, personally, and I think it's well worth the playtime. It does get boring and repetitive very quickly if you play it for about a week straight. It gets very repetitive. But overall, man, I think it wasn't a bad zombies for this year, but I think it could have been a little bit better. The consumables weren't terrible. The bosses were terrible. They were extremely annoying, though, especially like the whistlings. Those guys, I hate them. But overall, I think it was, and the guys on the Darkest Shore, like the Muslers, I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called. But those guys with the arms, those guys suck. I hate those guys. But overall, the zombies, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 this year. I think it was pretty dang good. Moving on to the multiplayer maps. Now, the multiplayer maps in this game, the standard ones, I really don't like. But I do like the DLC maps. I do have DLC 1 and 2 in this game, so I have 6 multiplayer maps. By the way, the war mode, I don't really like the war mode too much. I didn't really play it. I think it's kind of a cool idea. I know a lot of people like it. Personally, it's just not my type of thing, because it's kind of like Battlefield. I don't like Battlefield, so there you go. But I feel like the multiplayer maps in this game were a really big disappointment. They were definitely my least favorite maps in COD history. But I do think my favorite map in this game, you see me playing it all the time, it's Shipment 1944, man. As soon as they added that, I absolutely loved it, and I definitely think it's a great map. Also, they added like Groston House and Sandbox, and I think that might be it, but overall, man, those maps are all a lot of fun. I think Shipment is definitely my favorite, then Sandbox. Sandbox is a great map, too. I would play it more often if the playlist wasn't filled with people voting for Demolition, Search and Destroy, Capture the Flag, Hardpoint, all that. I just want to play some TDM, KC, or Domination, man. I don't want to play Demolition constantly, but overall, I think the maps were decent, the maps that they added later on in the DLC maps, but the normal maps, get a thumbs down for me, man. I don't like any of the normal maps at all. Moving on, guys, to the aesthetics of this game, basically the graphics, the color, everything like that. Overall, I think the graphics, I give those a solid 9 out of 10. They look a lot better than like Infinite Warfare's did. They have a lot more detail to them. They look good, and there's a lot of detail to them. But the colors are another big thing, though, in COD, in video games in general. The colors really make the game. Really determines how the game's gonna be played. It really determines if it's fun or not. And with Black Ops 3, it was a ton of fun simply because of the colors. They had so many vibrant colors, man. It looked great. I know a lot of people don't like that. They just want the normal war gritty type thing. But overall, I think the colors in World War II are just kind of washed out. They're dry. They're not really that... They don't pop out too much. And overall, man, especially on maps like Flag Tower and London Docks, they really don't look the greatest. But overall, I think the aesthetics in this game are overall pretty good besides the colors, which the colors aren't terrible. But moving on, guys, we have a big one. We have the replayability in this game. The replayability in this game, guys, at first, there wasn't really any reason to play this game. but there's so many weapons you can earn now. There's so many variants. There's so many attachments, kill streaks and all that, and basic trainings, calling cards. There's so much that you can earn now in this game, and overall, I think they really buffed that. The replayability is a lot higher now, and you can definitely play this game solid for about almost a month straight. I mean, it's a lot of fun. But moving on, guys, this is one next up, the fifth thing. This is one that a lot of people don't put on their their reviews, but I think it's a very, very important thing, and that is the daily login bonus. Now, I have a problem with this game, okay? So I've logged on for at least, I would have to say, 165 days straight, for sure. And I'm only getting like 375 to 420 armory credits per day from logging on for over 165 days straight. That should have been fixed, man. I know they're not going to. You can get up to 600, which is really, really good. I wish that was for every day, but that's just not enough. If you really spend time on the game, spend time logging on in the morning, or, whenever you can, you spend your time logging on to this game, you only get like 300 armory credits. That just doesn't seem like enough, because all you have to do to get that is be a Master Prestige, and every 4 hours you get that. I don't think that's a very good way to do it. I think there should be more for the daily login bonus too. I hope they do something of the daily login bonus. I hope they have that for Black Ops 4. I really do. I hope they make it a lot better. I'm pretty sure they are going to, but we're not exactly positive right at the moment. But moving on, guys, to the sixth thing, I have the DLC model in this game. Now, I'm talking about the DLC weapons, not the DLC map packs or anything else like that. The DLC weapon model in this game was solid. I mean, at first it started out with the special orders, and the special orders where you can complete a certain amount of matches to earn the base gun, and overall I think that was the best system they had. Now you can just buy them with your collection, or with your armory credits in the Quartermaster collections, for a limited time if they're in anything else, an event. But yeah, I think that they did a good job with the DLC weapons. You can also earn them from doing the contracts, the weapon contracts, which personally I think that I would give this, the DLC model in this game, the DLC weapon model, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10, just because they took away those weapon orders, the daily or the special orders for the new weapons, which I don't really think that was a good idea. I really like that system a lot more than what we have right now. But moving on, guys, to the final category here. This is the big one. This is innovation. Now, innovation, this game really didn't innovate that much. I mean, it did have the basic training system, which was a different, take on the perk system in COD. It did add the divisions, which I know some people liked, some people didn't. Most people did not like that. And it added a couple of smaller things there as well, which I thought was pretty cool. But I think that the game didn't innovate an entire lot. It's basically just another boots on the ground COD game. It's set in World War II with more refined movements and everything than World at War, and it's more populated than World at War. So overall, for the innovation level, I give it an 8 out of 10. But if you guys want to hear my final review, we're not going to be grading it on like a letters A or E or B or anything like that like we did before. We're going to be grading them 1 out of 10. So personally, if I had to rate this game, I would give it an 8 out of 10, guys. The game is fun to play now and then. It's fun. It's pretty. It's a lot of fun playing like Shipment and dominating on that map. But then again, it's not fun being the one getting destroyed on Shipment. But overall, man, I think this game was a pretty fun year. It really wasn't as good as Infinite Warfare, in my opinion. I love that game. I still love that game. And IW that year was just a great year for me in general. World War II wasn't nearly as good, but I still think that it is a game that's probably worth buying, because a lot of people are going to be still playing World War II even after BO4 releases. But anyways, though, guys, that is it for my final review of COD World War II as a whole. Anyways, though, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did, feel free to drop a like and subscribe today for more daily videos. And anyways, though, guys, I will catch you all in the next one. Have a great day, and peace out.